right, guys, I got Art Welding here. He's just gonna come by and assess the situation, see what can be done about this whole mess, and try to develop a strategy from here. So I'm gonna let you take a look at it and see what you think.
Did he cut this out, or was this already?
It was all done, and then it got recut out for some reason.
It's gonna be fun welding that. You're gonna have your seat pretty far back then, huh?
Wherever I can be. I mean, I don't need to be super far back, but the way he set it up.
The rules, this bar has to be pretty close to you.
Yep, that has to be within a certain, because the harnesses have to come around them.
Yeah, so usually you got the seat in it when you set all that up, but looks like you're gonna be sitting way back here like a rally driver, because you got the B pillar. Your head's gonna be like over here.
That's not what I wanted.
No, it's not really ideal for. It's good for weight distribution in like a rally car. You know, they always move them back.
Right.
But damn, it's a pretty big gap.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing that I'm looking at right now is, like, you know, a lot of times what I'll do is you don't weld this down here. You because you can't get to these welds here. So, I mean, I can weld this, but most people can't.
See the sunroof patch too? Look in the inside here. What do you think? It doesn't even look like you painted it.
Was the roof off it?
No, he patched that. That had a sunroof. See, he put this whole panel in and welded it from the inside. See all the welds? He didn't paint them either, it looks like. It's all starting to rust.
Just some wires.
Yeah, there's wire.
Oh, the wires sticking out there. Yeah, see, that's one thing that people do is they cut the roof off to get to these welds.
No, it didn't cut the roof. I definitely didn't want to do that.
Yeah, like I can weld these, but it's time consuming because it's so much. Like, you know, so welding something like this is easy. It's right here. These are relatively easy to get to.
And look at the front bar across the front here.
Yeah, this is a really awkward looking cage.
So if you look here, it's not even touching the floor here.
Oh boy, there's no floor there.
No.
So what they want to see is 6x6 plate. So you can add up the surface area. It has to be 6x6. So see, like something like this, they would want more than that. So it's really difficult to do that after the tube's already been laid out like that. I did that on Patrick's car too. That was rough.
So, I mean, what do you think needs to be done here? Do we need to just...
I can fix that.
Do you think we need to just rip this whole thing out and start over?
This isn't really that bad over here. But it's just a really awkward looking cage. Like that bar right there is like, nobody, what is that?
Right.
Like this main hoop, it usually follows this B pillar right here. This main hoop is not this far back.
Right.
It's right here. You know what I mean? You know what
Yep.
I mean? Because your seatbelt's tied to this. Your helmet,
and usually
your helmet has to be a certain distance from it.
And usually, from what I understand, is usually weld here. You put plates on the sides of the tunnel and you triangulate up instead of back there, right?
You know what you could probably do is cut the main hoop out and move it forward. This is really awkward cage. What was here? Like another one of those bars,
so
basically?
It had a whole driver's compartment or like built around it.
That's kind of what it looks like they were starting to do. It was get all crazy and like do NHRA style or whatever.
Or like, you know, a 6-second cage or something that this car's never going to need. But
right.
This car, like, I need it certified to 850. That's what I need. And it's a pretty straightforward setup. And if you look back here, you see the stuff in the trunk. So it's supposed to have a parachute too. So if you look at this,
it's really not that hard to make a 850 cage.
look at that.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Yeah, same thing. Any place a tube ties into a body has to be a 6x6 plate. So, I mean, that's not 6 inches. You know, you cut a 6x6 plate, then yeah, you have to shape it around different shit.
Because the parachute's gonna have to come out right here. So the parachute's supposed to mount right here, and it's got to tie into to either the body somehow, or the frame of the car, or the cage. Usually people do cage, but I don't think on this setup that's gonna be doable. I think inside here we're gonna have to tie it to the bumper beam or something structural wise in the car. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So you'll tie into the frame rails.
Yeah. Yeah, because I have the parachute bar that was built right here, and I don't like it. I don't trust it. So what do you think about this? Would you trust this with the whole weight of the car and a parachute on the back? Take a look at the welds. See what you think.
Ooh. No. I mean,
Look at this.
yeah, no.
That wouldn't work.
I mean, I could do some pull-ups on it, but I don't think I would trust the car going 200 miles an hour with it.
You're right. So yeah.
So the metal fit is really bad, and that's really bad for welding. You can't weld air, you know?
Yep.
So
Plus the cage was supposed to be painted so it didn't rust, and now it's all rusty, so that's even another issue. Because I wanted the cage to be all painted nice to match the car, you know?
yeah.
Can't paint over rust.
You know how many cages have been put in these early gens, though? Tons.
Yeah.
Because
Rally cars.
cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yep.
that's what I mean. They're not like that.
Not impossible.
No, they're not. It's not really that complicated. This cage is really complicated. This is like, you know, decent like bracing and everything like that. The metal fit here is good. The metal fit up there is good. That halo's good. That metal, you know, this is what you want. You want tight fit.
It's just not consistent.
It's not consistent, and it's kind of like not in the right place at all, unless you want to move your seat like way back.
So I got the seats sitting over there, but I'm thinking we should just do some Kirkies and just put some smaller seats in it and move it forward the way it's supposed to be. Because I think what he told me is the seat that I have made it impossible. And I was like, well, if that was the case, we can buy another seat. That's not hard. But these are the seats.
Yeah, it's built around the seat.
So these are the seats right here. And those are the tabs he put on them.
Okay.
But I can get a smaller seat. That's easy.
Yeah, it's more that you're gonna have to extend your pedals.
I don't want to do
far
that.
back,
I definitely don't want to do
because
that.
the rules make it so your helmet has to be a certain distance from that bar.
Right.
So
I had the rule book busted out when we were talking about building it, and I went through it.
Yeah. There's certain rules, like anywhere there's a bend, it has to be within a certain distance. So this is good. That's what I was telling somebody the other day about body panels. It's a lot easier to do a cage and not keep the body panels, but some people like GTR guys want to keep their interior, and that makes it hard to keep the rules and still be able to weld it.
Right.
Because like, see, right now I can weld this and I don't have nothing to worry about. I don't burn anything at all.
Right.
Right. But like if there was like a $900 interior trim piece from
Right.
a GTR, I'm not going to weld it.
Yeah, I took it all apart before I took it over there to make it easy.
So you're going to be sitting like right here, dude. You know what I'm saying? But
I mean, that's a little far back,
it's
huh?
pretty far.
Yeah.
I mean, not for a rally car.
Right.
That's where you actually want it. That's where you want to be for a rally car. That's why you can't see shit, because when you look over, it's your B pillar.
Right.
It'd be good for weight distribution too.
I just need to put the seat in it and sit there where he's got it set up and see what it feels like.
You're on the stock pedal assembly too, yeah. So you're not gonna be able to reach them. You can't sit way back here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the rules are that bar and your helmet have to be a certain distance from each other.
Right.
Yeah.
We got to put padding on it, right?
Yep, it has to have padding. That's gnarly. And this is really crazy too. I mean, I've fixed a lot of cages, so that's not really. But why did this happen? It had a different cage in it, and you just
He had it, like I said, when I went over there after it was there for about a month, it looked really good and it was close. And then all of a sudden now I go to pick it up 10 months later and it's cut out. Everything's gone. I don't get it. Yeah, when I saw this yesterday, I was pretty upset. Because out of everything, I just wanted the cage to be the best part of the whole job.
I wonder what this material, dude.
What is that?
Chromoly.
Yeah, it's supposed to be chrome moly.
That's expensive shit.
Yeah, I paid for chrome moly.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the wall thickness. Like,
Yeah.
usually with DOM, you're running a thicker wall. So this is like really fucking nice material.
Yeah, I paid for good material.
This is the best you get, dude. These are 2 different sizes for sure. This is like.
Is this supposed to be 2 different
That's
sizes?
like 1 inch, and this is like maybe 1 5/8 inches.
Is it supposed to be the same size on all of them? Did they mispack it or something?
They must have, because yeah, that top tube is way smaller. It's like a 1 inch on the top.
Oh, I can buy more. Yeah, and I have the window
The
net.
thing about chromoly is it's actually the same strength as DOM, but it's lighter because you can run thinner wall.
That's why I wanted to run chrome moly to save weight.
Yeah.
See, I have the window net kit too. So window net,
So that cage is quite a bit lighter than a regular.
and then the staging brake setup was supposed to be in there. Shifter.
And all billet aluminum from Nameless.
Yep.
Fucking sick.
And then that's the sequential strain gauge shifter for the transmission. But this is the seat. Should we shove the seat in there and see where it sits?
Yeah, I mean, like, that's pretty much where
And
you're
then
gonna
this-
have to probably get a different pedal.
I'm not doing that. I'd rather buy new seats than get new pedals. Because this seat might be too big anyways, honestly.
I have a program I use for doing all the roll cage stuff. It's called Bentech.
I don't even think I'm that wide for that seat anyways. Because those seats are pretty heavy.
Yeah, actually it is.
I could put some Kirkies in it and save some weight. Yeah, and that's supposed to be mounted and it's all hanging down because the crash beam wasn't in it. So I have to remount all that. Because the dash is supposed to be able to go back in this too. That was the deal.
See, this is a good benefit. Look at that. Like, you can weld that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
There's like a huge gap back there. I could stick my finger in there. Oh, that sucks. It's rough.
See if we can toss that seat in there and see if it's even gonna freaking be possible. Seats are big.
Is that 200 mile an hour seat?
Yeah. Is the steering wheel holding it?
No, it's just the frame of the thing is too wide.
Here.
It like hits right here.
Okay, so it's not even gonna work. Not even,
Yeah, like the frame of it is too wide right here.
right? You can see what he was thinking because look where the seat harnesses are, but look, they're below. So the seat harnesses are supposed to exit the back of the seat above that bar, not below it.
Yeah,
There's no way that was ever gonna work.
no.
Like,
Because this bar,
yeah, because they're supposed to be in downward
this
angle.
was the seat that you wanted in it?
This was the seats I dropped off.
Jesus. Because, yeah, I was saying, usually the seat is in the car and everything's built around that.
Yeah.
Because your head has to be a certain distance, your seat belts have to be all hooked up right, your pedals have to be right distance. It's all built around that.
Yeah.
Same thing with how you build a car around the wheels.
Right. So, I mean, like I said, I was cool with like changing the seat.
Yeah, you're gonna have to change the seat for sure.
So I can just get some Kirkies that are half that size.
Yeah. You can make a Kirky fit.
Yeah.
Just bend that foil out of the way.
Yeah. But yeah. Well, I guess these are going to go up for sale.
These are really nice.
Yeah, they were. They were brand new. Now that one's all boogered.
You've been in and out of the car. Maybe let's just leave right there.
Yeah, it's fine for now. It's fine for now. I need to mount the steering column back up so I can even steer the damn thing because it was hard.
Pull it out.
Then I can't steer it. This is the dash. So this is supposed to go back in. So we have to make sure the cage can go through one of these holes up here. Usually that's what people do is on the STIs, they go through that vent hole. They pop that out, both sides, and the cage goes down through the dash. But I don't even know how that's setup looks. We might just have to just cut a big relief right here.
There's usually a relief.
We might have to just cut this.
Yeah, there usually is.
And then just slide it in.
Yeah, unless you're really good, then you fit it up with the dash in.
Yeah.
You punch a hole, stick the tube through. It's very tricky to do stuff like that, though, for sure.
So overall, what are your thoughts? What do you think?
It's not good.
So what's it going to take to fix this? Is it fixable?
The thing is, you have to design it, right? So like, I don't know what's up with this design. I would get a seat, and then we'll see if we can work from there. We'll put the seat where we need to have it, and then we'll check everything, and then we'll have to fucking
mount the steering column, put the seat in it, and have me sit there and make sure I can get to the pedals and everything.
Yeah, that's the most important thing, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what's the cage for? It's protecting the driver. It's not protecting the car.
Right.
You know? That's why the rules are like, your helmet has to be a certain distance. You have to be a certain, sometimes the seat even ties into the...
It has to, yeah.
Yeah. So,
that's what that hole is right there. That's where the seat mounts to the
I didn't even
cage.
see that, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I did that on what's his name's car?
Patrick's. Yep.
Yeah. And then your seat belts and all that, they tie into that bar. So
I mean, the way
this is the first one you put in.
Yeah, the way this is set up, I might as well just sit in the trunk and drive the car.
Yeah, no, pretty much. I
mean, is this built for shack or?
Yeah, dude. Like I'm 6'3" and I couldn't reach those pedals in the driving position.
Yeah.
It would be good.
Well, so the first thing I'm going to do then is I'm going to order a seat. So I'm going to order a Kirky and then we're going to go from there. I mean, is this a project you want to help me with, or is this, you want to help me?
It sucks that, like, the motor's like, everything's in there and it's like ready to rip, and then you look in here, you're like, oh.
Yeah, tell me about it. I spent a couple hours this morning kind of just staring at it.
Yeah, I'm like trying not to hyperventilate.
Right. Look at and I mean, the body is destroyed. It's got chips and paint marks everywhere. It's got metal spots rubbed through. Yeah, I mean, look over here on this side. What happened to this side? There was duct tape holding the door shut. So you took the duct tape off and it peeled the paint right off the damn door handle. You can see all the tape marks on it because the door doesn't shut because of the cage.
Oh my gosh, yes, exactly, yeah.
But that side shuts. What does that tell you?
Well, yeah, bad metal fit.
It's not. It's off a little bit. So I'm okay with getting rid of the door cards because obviously we're going to have to now.
Right, so I was going to say, a lot of times you don't need no luxury.
He said that these windows were pinned up and that he gutted the inside for weight savings, but this doesn't even look like he's had the door panel off, so I doubt it. I bet you all the window motors and everything are still there.
Good point. Doesn't look like the door panel's off.
So, that never got done.
But I mean, that's what you do if you're trying to keep the door panels.
Yeah.
Then you fit it up with them on.
We just get rid of them at this point. I mean, the car's the car's cut. It's already chopped up. It's fucked up. I mean, it's whatever at this point. I guess we just gut it and make it light, and it's never going to be beautiful,
Look at something like this, right?
Yeah, I see that. I'm really upset about this when my harness is all like...
Yeah, and so your harness is right here. That's one thing. But this tube doesn't fit on this. This whole plate is supposed to reinforce this footing so that this doesn't push through the body and shit, right?
Yep.
That's why it spreads the foot out.
Yep.
That's why they want a 6x6 footprint so that it won't, right? But
So
look at this though.
This tube is too far over by like an inch.
Oh yeah, it is really close to this.
That's why this is hitting. See where it's rubbing?
Oh yeah, totally, yeah. But yeah, at any bend point, the bend has to be a certain distance from the closest part of that body panel.
Like, are we gonna have to cut all this crap out or what?
Kind of. I mean,
because this has to pass tech.
Right.
This has to be certified.
Right. So that's what I'm saying is that I designed the cage for it. Like I have a whole program on my computer and everything. I fucking yeah. Before I bend any tubes. And then so because it has to be thought out. Like this isn't thought out. This is an afterthought. It didn't fit. So then he took a plate, stuck it in here, and fucking put some tack welds on it.
Which isn't even like gonna ever work anyways. I understand that's not finish welded, but what is it gonna sit on?
Even if you were to, if you wanted to even weld this piece to that properly,
it's still not legal.
You'd have to bevel the fuck, yeah, right, but you'd have to bevel the fuck out of that anyway. And this is just a butt welded, rusty. You're not gonna get nothing in there.
Yep.
And what are you gonna weld it on top of all the wiring? It's just kind of dangerous.
Right.
Like they put that piece in there because that's easy to get to, so they went to town. This is not easy to get to. All tight and maturity, you know what I'm saying? Like, say.
Yeah.
Another thing is, this material is overkill. You usually use max 1/8.
Right.
Like, you don't need no fucking 3/8 plate down here.
Right.
This looks like scrap bin to me. Like he just took a piece out of the scrap bin and stuck it in there and then tacked it in, and then you can hide that and put some weld and grind it to make it look like, yeah, but what the reality is that weld, the material is not very strong. It's not really about that anyway. It's just more about spreading the energy out, you know what I'm saying? Like this whole thing is probably gonna fail, but sometimes like a tube that goes down into the floor like that one, those will push through the whole floor.
Yep.
And you have to have a
I also noticed if you look at this bar that runs from the front to the back, it curves.
Yeah, that's pretty normal.
Is it? How it comes really close right there.
That's not the way you did. That's not good, but it's common to have a bend in that.
It was supposed to have removable door bars also to get in and out of the car easily with pins.
Yeah, right.
But the kit's nowhere to be found now. I don't know where those parts
really,
are. Yeah.
How long was this over there? Because these
10 months or so.
Look at those pliers.
I know. It was over there for 10 months.
I mean, it looks like there was like a pool right there.
Yeah, it's probably sat outside.
Right, I was just about to ask.
And that was the deal. The car was never supposed to be outside. That was the deal. Because there was a hole in the roof because there was no sunroof. That's what happened.
I was going to ask too, did it have a top on it?
No. I told him it can't be outside. He's like, it never will be.
Yeah, that's crazy. Look how far it sunk too.
Yeah. This isn't smooth at all. It needs to be fixed. Like, this is going to have to be body worked a lot.
I don't know how to do body work.
No, that's not you. I got a guy that can take care of that. I don't know.
So I don't even really know what to do about that. You got to talk to a body guy.
Yeah, I have a family.
I don't know.
I have a family friend that can take care of this. The windshield's probably destroyed, which was brand new.
Well, in which case, so you might want to talk to him first because he might say cut this off. In which case would help us do the rest of the cage if we had
the roof.
Yeah.
Oh god.
You might say remove the roof, and it's just a skin. They're designed to be removed. There's spot welds in there and everything that it's designed to be removed. So you can buy another one.
You can't buy them. They're not available anymore.
Oh, really?
All the parts for this chassis they don't make new anymore.
Fuck.
I didn't
think about that.
Yeah. These are extinct.
You'd have to
You'd have to get a used one.
It might be like say like if you brought this to a body shop and you had hail damage all over the roof.
They'd total it.
They would have oh really?
Oh yeah.
They don't have like a aftermarket like company that makes skins for the roof. Like
so all these first gen turbo cars, they don't, like, Subaru stopped manufacturing parts years ago for them.
Right, wouldn't be from Subaru, it would probably be from like
Keystone or something.
Some bullshit aftermarket.
Maybe, I don't know.
For body shops.
Yeah.
I'd have to talk to my friend about that. He does a lot of body work.
Well, I'll ask my family friend who does
just
body.
reskin it, throw a skin on it if you could find it. I didn't think about that.
I can just ask my friend who originally painted this car and see what he says.
Yeah, because that's pretty gnarly. I mean, I don't really know body work and it looks gnarly to me.
Well, that's the least of our worries right now anyways, right?
Yeah, what you're going to have to do is get a seat, it's just, so you don't do this because it's really difficult to put a floor plate in here now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was the same problem with Patrick's car. They didn't. It seems like they went crazy with the tubing bender, but they didn't think that, hey, where does this tube go? They just like stuck it on or bend it and then stuck it in, because now you gotta. Patrick's was really difficult because I had to cut the old ones out in the car. So these ones don't have them, so that's not that bad. His had these little like 2x1 squares on them. Right. And it was like the same thing, kind of like the scrap bin piece of 1/2 inch that you would like never use. Yeah. You use a 6x6 by 1/8. It's thick. You just cut 6x6 by 1/8 plates and you shape it to that area. And if it's like on a side or a sill, you have to shape it obviously, right? But that one piece, it has to stay one piece. You can't cut it and weld it, but you just shape it to that panel side, and then when they measure it, it has the surface area of a 6x6 plate, and it's all just formed to that area, and you're good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy a seat. I'm gonna go tonight. I'm gonna order a seat for it and get that coming. Yeah. And then main thing I want to do is just get the seat fitted. I want to fix the cage first and foremost. That's the first thing on the car that needs to happen. I'm not gonna do anything else till the cage is right. And then after that, then I'll start addressing all the rest of the car. So gnarly. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we're going to end the video there. As you can see, the Legacy's in rough shape. She's a mess. So hopefully with the help of... what's that? This ain't a mess right here. Well, yeah. It's a hot mess right here. Yeah, because I did that. All the stuff I did in the front's a hot mess, right? So with the help of Josh, a.k.a. Art Welding here, I think we're going to be able to get this thing back together, but I feel really bad because this is not going to be an easy task. So till next time, guys, we'll see you later.